Okay.
Okay.
Hey, everybody.
Oh,
Welcome to the show.
that
Welcome. You
was
should be
quick.
getting your notices very soon. Yeah, that was very quick. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to this beautiful show with Valerie. We love coming together every couple of weeks. And tonight I have my portal cards ready to answer questions. And yeah, but so as summer is winding down in beautiful Virginia, and I'm guessing your granddaughter is back in school and has moved into
Yes.
her new house where they're living. And how does she
Well,
like
not
it?
yet.
No, they
I
haven't
think
moved
they
in yet.
have about a month left. You know how
Good.
that goes.
Mm-hmm.
New construction. That's a lot
Good.
of fun. Old
Yeah.
construction.
Oh, wow. Well, I think
Neat.
that's marvelous for them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
It's going
And
to be
what
really
she
beautiful.
was she in fourth grade? Going to be in fourth grade?
No,
Or
she's in second grade.
second grade. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was pushing her, making her older than she is. I don't want to do
I
that.
swear she seems older than she is. She's so smart and she's so connected and so, I mean, in her heart, it's just amazing to see,
Yeah.
how these
Yeah.
kids
Yeah. Hi,
are
Terry,
being
at holding your
born.
space.
Hi,
Yeah.
Terry.
Yeah.
I create
Yeah.
love,
Welcome,
Diana.
everybody.
Oh, I like that name. Create love,
Yeah.
Diana.
Yeah. Create love. And there's
Lauren,
Lori. Welcome, honey. Yes.
Miss
And there
Diana.
she is, Diana. Hi, Diana. I hope you had a good day. A lot of people feeling really, really tired, Val.
Yes.
Diana started a thread with some of us, and we were all like lethargic today. Really,
Yeah.
like, and it's not really that hot where I am, but there's an
No,
energy of it. Yeah, it's an energy. So yeah,
absolutely. I needed a nap today. I woke up and couldn't wake up. It was one of those energy feeling days.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I just kind of go with how I feel,
Yep.
because have a conversation with my spirit, and they're like, everybody's integrating. So I'm like, okay, well,
Yep.
and no, there's no time limit on that. But if you think about it, we're all processing a lot of distorted information from lifetimes. So when we feel
Yeah.
like that, kind of just don't. I used to take it on myself, like, what's wrong with you? Figure it out, snap out of it,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I,
Yeah. But it's more communal. Yeah, it is.
right,
It's community based. It
yeah.
is. Yeah.
So
Wow. Yeah,
I just
we don't need,
imagine
and so what if we can take off as much as we want. We don't have to
that
answer to anybody but ourselves. So there you
that's
go.
true.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
very good.
Yeah. So
Hi, Connie Epley and Jazz and Linda
okay.
Kennedy and Randy's here. Hi, Randy. You're tired and
Randy.
spacey? Oh,
Yes.
yep. Lori,
Stacy.
you
Oh
had
my.
low energy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Spacey
I'm so
is another
Stacy.
part of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just
So
I just got used to it.
you got used.
Just
Oh, the dogs did get walked, but the weather went from nice and breezy to a hot day of tub of wax. Oh no, El
mm,
Painter. That's no good.
mm,
Yeah, a lot of you guys have so much humidity and so does Val. So that humidity is what gets to you, I think. We
yeah.
don't have it as much. It's drier here. I
I
mean,
don't even
that's
go
not
out.
funny. Yeah, you don't even go out? Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I go to the store like
So,
once a week. I do very little because my chart's astrology is a little intense. So I just know to
uh-huh,
process things and integrate energy. So that's what we do. Hi,
absolutely.
Rossi.
Yeah. Hi, Rossi. Yeah.
Hi, Connie.
So a couple of things I want to mention. First thing is I was on with Jean earlier today, and she indicated
Ah,
that you have a show with her on Sunday, I believe, you and
Sunday.
Jean.
Sunday's a
Is
big
that right? Yeah.
day
Sunday? Yes, it
astrologically. A
is.
big day. Yeah.
Astrologically. Okay. So you have a show. Hi, Carolyn and Peter. Nice to see you. And Sunday, I'll be on that. There's 18 psychics that are going on to Psychics for Democracy
Oh,
on
that's right.
WMP's channel. And so
Yeah.
I'm going to be on with first with Marina, and then I'll be on with Gerald, and then I'm going to meet Dave Johnson because he comes in on my third
Nice.
hour. So I'm looking forward to it. We've already raised $156. It hasn't even started. All money will go to the Harris Walls.
Yay.
Um, and yeah, that's what's happening. All the money will go. And what Deborah wanted was she didn't want us focusing on political readings for 24 hours. She wanted us to
Right.
have fun. So we've got some things up our sleeves. And of course, there probably will be some people that will ask political questions, but
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm working with Gerald, if you know what I mean. And Gerald is very accommodating when it comes to props.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to doing that kind of stuff. I think it'll be fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes.
amazing.
And Randy, Valerie's going to be on with Jean. That's what we were talking about. Yeah. I think it'll be
Yeah,
good. It'll be fun.
I'm
It'll
with
be fun.
Jean at
Yeah.
2:30 p.m. Eastern. What time is your time on the marathon? How long, when is the time beginning of the marathon?
Oh,
Any
it
time
starts at 4. It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern time on the 1st, and it goes till 4 p.m. Eastern time on the 2nd.
Oh,
And
wow.
so for me, that would be what, 6 o'clock in the morning? No, that's not
Wow.
right. No, that's not right. That's not right. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Pacific to 1 o'clock Pacific. That's what it would be. So yeah.
Wow.
And so I think I'm in at 6 o'clock, and then I have a little bit of a break, and then I come back like 8 to 10 Pacific or something like that. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, cool. So
But
I
I'm
can
looking forward to
in
it.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can check in anytime, sure.
How
And there's a lot
fascinating.
of lovely other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of lovely other people that will be on too. And I just wish everybody could have gotten on to do the same thing, but I
Mhm.
understand it is limited. There'll be
Mhm.
hard to do that. But
Mhm.
actually it was Helen Irish Granny and Deborah
Yeah.
Lupine that came up with this. And so I think they have a good brainchild there. They had a good
Nice.
brainchild on this one. Yeah.
And
So
I know Juno's going to be on there too. Juno and
Juno
Danny.
is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
cool.
And Jean and Danny and oh my God, Nath is going to be on. Is Sherry going to be on? Yeah. Sherry and Ramon are going to be on together.
Oh,
I said, you
cool.
poor thing, you have to stare at that beautiful man for all those hours. And then there's some others that I don't know. Dr. Whimsy, I believe. I don't really know her, but they're involved in it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, so check it out. And I want to say, I don't see Leah here tonight, but I wanted to say that at the other night on the Dream Show, Leah had a question in the chat that said, could you guys do a show on, quote, netiquette, like etiquette, but on the net? And
Yeah.
could you give us some tips that the readers would like to see in the chat? Well, the truth is every channel has their own set of rules, I'm sure. So these are only things that Valerie and I pretty much would suggest. I know there are some readers that, some channels that don't want you promoting anybody else in the chat. There's some that they don't even want you to mention their name in the chat. I know that. There are also some readers who never say hello to people in the chat. I like that. I like to do it. There's a couple times, there's some shows that if there's like 200 or 100 people, I don't always do that because, it doesn't happen all the time, but I know that I can't do that. It's just impossible. But yeah, we can give you some tips and, yeah, we'll Jazz, we'll answer that in a few minutes as well with the Uranus retrograde, and we'll do some readings if that's what you'd like to.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yes.
Well, what do
So
you feel? Netiquette. What do you feel?
netiquette.
Mhm.
I'm very, very lucky, and I think you could probably say that you and I share an awful lot of the same subscribers, and our subscribers are welcoming and kind to those people that come in, especially new people. They welcome them. They remind people the questions are closed, or that, there's we wouldn't be able to do it without you moderators and you subscribers and members on my channel. So yeah, first of all, thank you. Absolutely. Yeah. Hi, Karen. Hi, Diane. It's so nice to see everybody. But one of the things I thought about is that I'll have people come in. Oh, hi, I'm Steve. Glad mom's better. Good. Yay. Yep. If I put this up, I believe everybody can see this ticker. And it's not only available for them to see on my channel. I believe believe they can see it on your channel if you're simulcasting.
Yeah, I
I'm
can
not
see it.
100% sure, but I think
Yeah,
so. And so I'm not going to put it up now because the questions aren't closed, but I'll have people come in and say, "Are the questions closed?" So it's like it reminds me of my students. I'll give them a syllabus at the beginning of a term, and I'll
uh-huh.
say, "Okay, read over the syllabus, and this happens if you don't come to class, you can fail, and da 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 da." And we wear shirts now that say, as a joke more than anything, but they say, "Read the syllabus. It's on the
I love it.
syllabus."
I love it. I love it. I mean, how
So
many
yeah,
times have you seen people mess up or not reading the
oh
syllabus?
yeah,
Syllabus. Oh my God.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes,
Oh,
Leah. We're answering your question here about netiquette that you brought up last on the Dream
Connecticut.
Show. So we're kind
I
of,
love the name,
yeah, we're
Connecticut.
kind of bringing netiquette. Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think we're blessed. I know Terry's channel. The people that come in there are just so sweet, heart-centered, soul-centered. Like, the chat, as soon as the chat starts coming in, it just raises the vibration and it
It
feels
does.
so good. Like, I
Oh, it does.
never feel like I have an issue with anyone. I'd say probably my
Mhm.
biggest issue is if someone has a question, and I get, general questions, kind of make it easier and leave it open. But the more specific and
Yeah,
detailed you can be, the better reading you're going to get. What
that's
I
true.
think.
That's very true. Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, we get a lot of people reading from, can I get a message from spirit or my guides or whatever?
mm,
And that's okay.
yeah,
But it would be great to change it up a little bit,
yeah,
Um, there's somebody asked today in Jean's show, what do my guides look like? What do my guides, will can you give me a message from them about my spiritual growth or about a trip I might make? Or,
yeah,
those are more specific. So yeah,
yeah.
it isn't easy. I get it. I get it, honey. Yeah.
And it's like I feel very blessed and lucky that anyone even wants to watch my channel. So
Well,
I'm
yeah, and that's the other thing too, because
just grateful.
we certainly don't want to alienate anybody by
No,
complaining, because that would be
no,
awful. But
yeah,
yeah, you as chatters do need to respect the process. Well, I agree with you, and I'm going to be honest with you. I remember having somebody come on the show, and they have their own channel. I can't even remember who it is. Honestly, I'm not
hmm,
trying to blow it off. And they said, "Wow, your chatters! I've never seen chatters that are so kind and nice and reflective and back and forth." And yes, she is amazing, Randy. You're right. Yeah, yeah. And so and nobody gets paid to be here.
yeah,
It's something you want to do. It's something that
yeah.
you find valuable. And you're here when you can. But Carolyn, be good and play nice. So we have a button for that. Now that's funny. That's a good one, Carolyn. Yes, yes, you are loving. And I saw something
Very.
today on some social
Thank
media, and it said something like people are feeling so much happier with the political energy because we've got kindness over nastiness and divisiveness and stuff. And even if you're not a person who's politically motivated or interested or whatever, there's still a difference. And when Kamala was being interviewed last night, Dana Bash wanted to grab her. She wanted to get her to say something. I could tell, and she said, Trump said this about you, that you when did you turn black and everything. And
Oh my
she
God.
says, can we go to the next question? No
Yeah,
big deal.
good, good.
It was,
Because
I mean, she was just, yeah, yeah.
well, that
Mhm.
that the media, mainstream media, is just infuriates me. I'm usually on these channels, or really, I'm
Yeah.
digging into the astrology because the astrology is just off the charts from
Oh, yeah.
2020 to about 2027, and it
Yeah.
is a lot of information and a lot of dates and a lot of things. And I try to
Mhm.
go into, the shows, all of your shows, and stop
Yeah.
in at least
Much
say
as you
hi.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I can't watch that. I can't. It's the mainstream media wanting to keep that division going, to
They
see the
do, because
battle,
it's
to see,
money. It's
yeah, the
money.
bloodbath, let's see if we can get her angry. Like,
Yep.
how low do you have to be? But let me use that. The day Biden supported Kamala was the
Yeah.
July 21st. It was the second full moon in Capricorn. It was at 29 degrees. That's the last degree. And it clearly
Yep.
stated that there's going to be a huge change in the government, in our structure somewhere. And I know Diane and I were getting ready to go on, and this news comes out. But at first, right, I was kind of upset. I was like, why'd they do that to Biden? They treated him like that.
Oh, I
But
know. Me too. You know that.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
me too.
and I don't think any of us saw it. We know that she's going to be in there eventually, but we didn't catch it that early. But that about a day and a half later, and it's felt like this since then, is this hope.
Yes.
This is what I'm talking. This is what I want to talk about as the astrology goes forward. This hope is growing. I mean, what could have changed? What could have changed the narrative? Because we were stuck in PTSD over that idiot. And I'm sorry, I just don't like him, and I won't try to be nice about that. But what he's done to the nation and to the world, and the demoralized everybody, and just brought that energy down to nothing. Well, now the energy's floating, right? Don't you feel like you're way up here and everything looks good?
Oh, yeah.
And it is going to be good as long as we all show up and do our part and vote.
That's right. That's right. No, absolutely. So yeah, it has been a wonderful transition to see, and also to hear her still talk about how wonderful Joe is. She still does that. That's what she loves him. She really dearly loves him. So Jazz wonders, what's going on? Is it a Uranus retrograde? What does that mean? She wants to know.
Well, Sunday is September 1st. First thing in the morning on the East Coast, Uranus is going to stop and station retrograde in Taurus. Now, he just doesn't, and remember, retrograde is from our vantage point. Those planets are not stopping and reversing. It's just, but from our vantage point, they are. And retrogrades are very important because they help us review the last, whatever it was, 6 months that this planet's been in this sign at these degrees, right? So, it's going to stop to go retrograde. That's what it does in the sky. And this is when the planets are most potent and powerful. Okay, because that's about 8, 9 in the morning. Then that evening, about, I have it written down somewhere. I don't have it near me. Pluto, who's already in retrograde, but he's in Aquarius. He's going back to 29 degrees that same day, a few hours later, in Capricorn. So you see, this is powerful, potent energy. These are societal changing energies. Neptune's retrograde, Saturn's retrograde, Mars is going to be going retrograde. But these big planets, when they move, when it goes like that, and you're going to see this, you're going to see in the 29 degree Pluto, which goes from September 1st to I think it's some middle of October, but he doesn't go into Aquarius till November 18th. This is all very important because what's happening during that time is United States election, right? And that election is going to be abused by how this is playing out. But the thing is, always remember this, Pluto is going to go back into Aquarius for 20 years when he goes back. Pluto in Aquarius is about freedom, about being ethical, honest, everyone's included. It's humanitarianism. Now we're going to see, because we've been in that energy for about, I think 5 or 6 months now. Now he's going to go back to Capricorn on Sunday. You're going to see all the stuff being I mean, literally regurgitate it up, because this is the last degree of Capricorn. It takes 248 years for Pluto to go around to get to that sign. So the last
Mhm.
time that was a French Revolution.
Yeah.
This is important. This is important to know, because we are going to see everything being shoved in our faces about the structures, the life negating structures. We're going to hear things that we would have never believed. Things are going to be, that's okay, because it's got to come out. We have to look at it to
Yeah.
heal it, right? And it's going to be healed
Sure.
and released. And that's just the way that's just the way it is. That's how spirit set it up. So we'll have Uranus retrograde, we'll have Saturn, we have Neptune sitting at 29 degrees too, and that's helping people crack open their hearts, and their hearts giving you a chance to connect to the divine inside of you, to be heart-centered and soul-centered. Right now,
Mhm.
about
Mhm.
January, February, we're going to see significant step forward. Now, it's not going to all be fixed. It's not going to be it,
Right.
but it is going to be relieving. You're going to feel like, oh my goodness, I can breathe again. It's so
Mhm.
but it's not going to feel like that really until then. This is why this time period right now,
Mhm.
you want to focus inward. You want to, because we're reinventing ourselves as the
Yes.
new era is coming in. Okay,
Yep.
so focus in on yourself, heal, love yourself. If you're not healed, what can you do to help yourself? Because there's so many things available to us, and energy healing is a big, huge thing. But
Mhm.
know that
Yep.
self-love is what we've been working on for the last 2 years. Once we are connected to our heart and we follow spirit, we listen to that guidance and follow spirit, the things that you are intending to, wishing for, those doors open. They open for you.
Mhm.
So
Sure.
keep that in mind these next few months, especially this fall, winter. We have
Yep.
eclipse season coming up. Eclipse season is on starts September 17th, and that's a full moon eclipse in Pisces. This is asking us to what's your dream? What's your dream? And anything that's not your dream, let it go.
There you go.
There's
Wow.
yeah.
So as you were talking, I pulled 3 cards from my light codes cards. The
Mm-hmm.
first thing I got was Saint Germain, and it's
Yeah.
the violet flame says to prepare for transformation. So
Oh,
here he is, and look at that. Yeah, he's got the world in
absolutely.
his hands. Isn't that
Oh my
gorgeous?
God.
The second one I got is Lionsgate, which we just went through. Activate your cosmic gifts. So all of our gifts were activated in the Lionsgate, and we've been doing all kinds of work while we sleep, while we
Yeah,
process the light codes coming in. And
yeah.
it's here we go with the ascension timeline. Trust the process. And I think we kind of talked about the fact that we've had a timeline jump on July
Absolutely.
21st,
Yes,
and we're
we did.
probably going to have more. Yeah, we're
Yes.
probably going to have a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God, those cards are like perfect. That's
I know.
exactly what I'm trying to describe, because
Yeah,
this is us, and we're at the front line of that. We're higher
we are.
consciousness, and I'm not saying we're better, but we're aware. We
Yeah.
understand something else is going on, and the planets bringing the energy to to guide us into. Well, I could never even try to say what spirit is doing, but I do know this. We're raising in vibration. We're helping Mother Earth raise in vibration. And as we raise in vibration, right, we elevate.
Hmm.
We elevate, and
Right.
that that old stuff, and this is what's going to be shown to us with that Pluto in Capricorn, is all that old stuff, all that stuff that is literally had the boot on our neck for centuries, thousands of years,
Yeah.
and it's there's a foundation is coming in, right? But this starts with us. What's the foundation?
Yeah.
To be in integrity, to be authentic, to be in truth, to be in be ethical, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
once we
Mhm.
have that foundation, we could create anything we want. And that's the world we're going into. So anything that's not those things
Yeah.
isn't going with us. That's
Yeah.
how
You don't want to,
I'm
you
doing.
don't want to bring in it's like when I was cleaning the bathroom yesterday. It took me 3 hours. I did a deep clean. I had 3 bags of garbage I took out. I
Oh,
wanted to be completely I wanted everything to be completely eradicated that wasn't serving me in some way. And it felt like my whole soul lightened up. It's like a
oh,
spring cleaning it's
yeah.
like that. So yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's
It's
a
really
beautiful
it's really
analogy because that's what we've been doing. We've been taking the trash out. We've been clearing. These energies are
yeah,
clearing the blocks inside of us, the pain, the trauma. And
yeah,
it's just not from this
yeah.
lifetime. So it's,
No,
it's just part of our process. And as
right.
you do that, you do elevate, you do feel lighter. But then as soon as that can plummet down into the
It
depths
can.
again, and then
Yeah,
you're releasing again, and it's part of the process. And
it
remember
is.
this, we're just not releasing for ourselves, we're releasing the collective
True.
pain and
That's very
trauma
true.
and
Yeah.
distortion. So having this last gasp of Pluto in Capricorn go through,
Hmm.
it's not coming back till 248 years. Think of Pluto in Capricorn. In fact, the day Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008, we had the 2008 financial crisis that day.
Yes, we did.
And
Yep.
and and
Yep.
he tried to get them to be honest, to get them to um, be fair, to
Yep.
play fair, and they didn't. So in
Yep.
Aquarius they will, but there's going to be no mercy. Let me put it that way, from Pluto to
Yeah.
those types of people. That I mean, we got people that are almost trillionaires. What in the world are you? That
Well,
while
we
there's
have a trillionaire now. We do.
oh my God,
Warren Buffett is now a trillionaire. Hmm. Yeah,
and there's
yeah,
children starving, and there's
I
people
know.
homeless, and see that's all the stuff Aquarius
Yeah,
wants to work on. They
sure.
want everyone to thrive. Everybody has a seat at the table. There's
They do.
no, I'm sorry, I don't care what you've done. There's no need
Yeah.
for anyone to have $1 trillion. I,
Yeah.
I don't
No,
get
that's
it.
very true. That's very
Mhm.
well. The other thing I want to say is never underestimate the importance of your energy and your contribution. People will say, I remember people saying, well, what good is it if I'm the only one that takes my garbage and, you know what I mean, puts it in different
Mhm.
containers, when we were separating garbage.
Mhm.
And other people say, because, yeah, for one person, it really doesn't matter. It isn't a big deal. But if you got everybody to do it, or even a very large percentage of people to do it, we could change the world. And that's just a simple thing that
Absolutely.
could be done. So yes.
And,
Yeah.
and we do
Yeah.
that as individuals, right? But these big
Mhm.
corporations and
Mhm.
stuff, they just make a mess and leave it. They don't
I
even
know.
clean up the stuff they do. And then
Yeah.
they tell us, it's your fault for not throwing your trash away. And look what plastic is about. We have
Yeah.
plastic that doesn't even, it's microplastics and everything. I forget how they say it, but those types of things are the
Yeah.
solutions that Aquarius is going to come in with,
Good.
because Aquarius
Yeah.
is brilliant. I mean, every sign is, but we're going into Pluto and Aquarius. We're going into the Aquarian age. We're going into the
Mhm.
golden age. And
Good.
this is going to bring in viable solutions for humanity.
Sure.
Absolutely. It's just,
I'll
there's so
never
much.
forget
Sorry.
I'll never forget when I heard that there are 2 areas of the world in the ocean that have it's where the currents come together. One of them is
Mhm.
between Seattle and Japan, and one of them is down on the southern equator between Australia and, I don't know, maybe it's South America. And there's garbage there in that stream that is as big as the state of Texas. That's, and in those, both those areas, it's called the human garbage, or not the human, you know, but like you have cars, you have boats, you have food, I mean, plastic, you have all that stuff. And it's, you know, we're drowning in those kinds of problems that a lot of people don't have any, don't care.
But look what we did, right? As that is going on, that's going to be exposed. But there's that, I know he's not just the one kid who's created a way to pull the plastics out of the ocean, and he's recycling all that. Now, we need a lot more of those boats out there and a lot more people to care. And the corporations should pay for what they have ruined. And I think that will come out. Yeah. Well, that's going to be relevant. How do you think that you're going to live on a planet where the soil's ruined, the water's ruined, the air's ruined, and think that money is going to take care of that? You know, so we're all going to stand up, because that's what Pluto, that's what Aquarius does. We stand up together and we say, what's right, what's wrong. Let's find some solutions that are that really work. No more of this game playing. And see, that's where Kamala comes in. And they're realists. They understand that all this needs to be restructured, and it's in the astrology.
That's great.
Saturn is in Pisces. He's being restructured right now, and Saturn's our structure, right? Our systems. They don't even want me to use systems. The systems are being restructured to higher I don't know how to say it. Saturn is going to make sure that changes, but all these planets work together. You know, the thing is, the north node, the way forward, is heading to Neptune, which is spirit. That tells me in the chart that we're headed to a spiritually based higher consciousness society. Saturn's coming right behind him. That north node's going to go past those. So that's coming. And the next 2 years, you're going to see a huge difference in the world. You know,
that's wonderful. See, we got some hope going here. I love it.
After all that, that's what I want to say. There's
all
hope,
right. There you go.
Please know that this fall and winter are going to be challenging. They're going to try, because they're just not going to give it away. They're not going to give us the freedom that we're asking for, you know?
Yeah, totally. So M. Steve has a great question, and thank you for posting it. And I want to tell you, I've read a lot of Neville Goddard's books. Neville Goddard was a spiritual guy, but probably in the 20s or the 30s. He probably even knew Edgar Casey, I'm not sure. But you've been working with sleep subliminals and affirmations. Will this produce results? Yes, it will. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Hi, Liz.
And so will their hurts, you know.
Right. Yep. The hurts that are in the subliminals. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So, ooh, I'm pulling some cards here for you. If you get yourself out of the idea that, and this is what everybody needs to do, there is no such thing as competition except when we make the competition. There's enough for everybody. You deserve it just as much as anybody else does. And you're not vying for something that's scarce. It's not scarce. It's available. And as long as you keep up with the affirmations and using words that are positive and that you already feel you have that thing that you'd like to manifest, then you can manifest it. I'm seeing a change here. And I love this because it's got skeletons buried underground, but it's like, you know, this is what happens when we are reborn. We return to the earth. And then you've
Mhm.
got the deer up there saying, you know, things are changing. And they want you to follow your North Compass, Steve. It says the compass. And so if you are doing this already and you have
Mhm.
been doing this, yes, transformation is very, very possible. Yes,
Yeah, and
that's a
see,
raccoon. Yeah.
and see that the North Compass is your North Node, Steve. It's in your chart. Like if anybody would like to make an appointment with me for your, it's an intuitive, psychic intuitive astrology reading.
Uh-huh.
Please, I can put my email in the chat.
Sure. Yeah, please do. Yeah. She does a fabulous job with that. It's wonderful.
But I mean,
Yeah.
it's good to know. I'll just tell all of you that if you can get a hold of your chart and see where your North Node is and really
Mhm.
focus in on that, that's your way forward. That is
There you
why
go.
your soul came in.
Mhm.
It's important for
Yep.
us. Uh,
That's awesome.
Steve, I
That's
got
awesome.
the first thing I got for you, Steve, was the hertz. I'm not sure what there's many different numbers and they do all different things, but the hertz are going to really
Right.
help you align your body
Mhm.
because let's face it, right? This is what's going on. We've been under
Mhm.
such extreme PTSD, our nervous systems can't relax. But you know, your mom's been struggling, you know, these last 3 years. Of course, that's going to take a toll on you, you know,
Mhm.
and plus
Yeah.
all the other stuff going on in the world around us. It's so important. And that's what Virgo, we're in Virgo season. Virgo's asking us to go inside. In Leo season, we went into our heart. Same thing. You want to go into your heart, but how can you step up your health game? Can you add some vitamins? Can you go for a walk? It doesn't have to be anything big.
Yep.
Tweak the way you eat. You know, something different about one little small step makes a big, huge
It
difference.
really
And
does. It definitely
uh,
does.
and then
Yeah.
Virgo season, we have the new moon in Virgo the day after Uranus goes retrograde and Pluto is in retrograde but goes into Capricorn. So Diane and I will have a show on that, and I'm with the Crone Zone tomorrow night about the new moon
Oh,
in
good.
Virgo also, and I'll be with Jean on Sunday afternoon at 2:30. We'll be talking about this because that's going to be the first. So we'll
Mhm.
be talking about Uranus retrograde and Pluto in Capricorn, going to 29 degrees Capricorn. So it's a powerful week, and there's a lot of information. And I'm not trying to say all of this to confuse anybody. I'm trying to make it really clear that, yeah, it might be a
Yeah.
little challenging, but the best
I'm
thing
sure.
we can do with our time, oh, I love it.
Yeah. We have birth, and birth is can be painful for
Yeah,
both
yeah,
for both the mother and the child. Think
yeah, oh, yeah.
about that. You have to squish through that tiny little place unless you get
Mm.
zopped out, you know? So
Oh my God, Alex. It's true though. Yeah,
yeah,
and that's
it is.
exactly. I love that
Yeah.
your cards you're picking are exactly on point because that's what we're doing. We've been in this rebirth for a while,
Uh-huh.
but we're really down into the birth canal right now. And
Yeah, we are. We are.
don't get stuck there
Don't
because
give
it's
up.
gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, it seems frightening, but don't get stuck there. Keep going
No.
inside and
Yeah.
keep going forward.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, go
Thank you,
crazy.
and good luck, Steve. I love that you're doing that. That's proactive, and that's wonderful.
Yes,
So you'll have to
yes,
come back and tell us how it's going. Leah, I
yes.
wanted to answer your question. I did read Summer Hill, but I read it my senior year of high school. So that's
Wow.
been like 50 something years. So but I remember reading it in my psychology class. So yes, I think we had a very interesting discussion after that, but I can't remember it. Maybe I need to pick it up again. So Randy says her North Node is in Cancer. So what might that mean to her?
Well,
Just
she is.
generally.
She's very nurturing. She's very caring.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
compassionate.
Hmm.
She cares for her little baby like she would
Yeah.
a human baby. You know, cancers are
Sure. Yeah.
the the mamas, you know, do you need food? What do you need? What
Mhm.
can I get to help you become comfortable? You know, so she's
Yeah, just
already,
like you, Val.
already
That's
I'm a
right.
Cancer
That's right.
sun, but my North Node is Leo,
Yeah.
right? So instead of hiding
Oh,
myself, I had
okay.
to come out, you know?
You had to come out of the yeah, because really your first propensity would be not to come out. It would be to be
Yeah.
a little bit yeah. There's a lot of people here. I
Uh-huh.
can't even believe it. Who was it that told? Oh, Terry Suzuki told me. Oh no, I don't. I'm a very big introvert. I said, what? She does look like she is, and so
Oh my
so
gosh.
many are introverted here. Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
it's amazing.
Cancer, you know, there's a shell. They'd use that shell. Like
Yeah,
I fought
they
it. I
do.
was like, I can't. I think you're
Hmm.
confused. You don't want me to do this, right? But did everyone see Terry Suzuki and Psychic Jean's last show about the Akashic records removing worry? It was
No, oh,
amazing.
no, but I heard about it. Yeah, I bet.
It was
Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
it's
Yeah, go check
fabulous.
it out
Yeah.
if you haven't seen it. And if you struggle
Uh-huh,
with that anxiety, and again, there we are back to the nervous system,
sure.
right?
Mhm.
We need
Yep.
to do everything we
We
can. It
sometimes I
hurts.
think we hold ourselves back, we sabotage ourselves because we don't wanna fail, and so we're gonna set it up so that we're not gonna do it, so then we can't fail. But the truth is,
Mhm.
then we don't grow, and
Yeah,
we learn most things from failing or the perception
yeah,
of, I guess. It's not that it's a failure, it's just a lesson that needed to be learned. So, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Spirit's
Um,
relentless
you
too. Spirit will just keep on bringing it until you decide to deal with it. Right? So
yeah, yeah,
that's what happened to
yeah.
me. I don't want to talk for everybody.
So
Mm,
you had a bruised left calf. It didn't hurt, but you don't remember do oh, that happens to me all the time, Craig.
mhm, mhm,
Jean said you were being healed in a different realm.
mhm.
Okay.
I agree with
Um,
that. Mhm,
yeah, I think so too. But I wake up and I've got bruises on me and I'm like, I don't know if it's I don't remember hitting like running into something or
mhm,
I just not aware that it's gonna be that bad. Like, you might hit
yeah,
something, but it's lightly and then let you come up and it's got this big bruise on it. So
yes.
yeah.
And drink.
Anyway, well, you just keep
Drink.
healing. Yeah.
Yeah, drink lots of water, Craig. I'm getting to drink lots of water. You don't drink enough, and I use this is me. I suggest this for everything. Castor oil on bruises, on cuts, on scrapes, on anything. Castor oil heals like beautifully, and it's um
Yes, it does. It's
deeply
fabulous.
deeply
Yeah, and it's
moisturized.
good for your skin, and
Yeah,
it helps you remain young, looking
yeah,
younger than you are.
it does.
So Diane said she has her North Node in Aquarius. That's really good because we're going into Aquarius and the dawning of the age of Aquarius. So wow.
And let me say this too, so everyone doesn't feel left out. We all
Mhm.
have all signs in our chart. Okay, so when you know what that sign's attributes are, you know, Diane, that you're a fair person. You want to see justice. You want to see, and not in a mean way. You just want to see
Mhm.
balance. Why can't everybody,
Mhm.
um, be taken care of? I have Aquarius rising, so I understand. But when we know what our North Node is, look up all the attributes to that sign. Keep digging. Don't just
Yeah.
take the first few sentences because I got to talk fast here. We don't have a lot of time. But really dig into
Right.
that, what that sign means. And you'll be you'll read something and it'll motivate you to go check on something else. Like that's how spirit talks to us. Oh
Right.
yeah, that makes sense. Let me go here. Let me do this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool though, Diane. See,
That's what
and a
I
lot of us,
call the rabbit hole. The rabbit
yeah,
hole, right? You go down the rabbit hole. Yeah.
it's so true.
Yeah.
And a lot of us,
Uh-huh.
have a significant placement in Aquarius, but you don't even have to. We're all going that way to the age of Aquarius. So
Yeah.
with our
That's
charts. Oh, I
awesome.
like your moon, Diane. I didn't see your nice moon there.
Mhm. Isn't
Very
that
cool.
great? So if you just want a general reading to find out what your North Node is, you can also go to astro.com. And if you know what time, where, and of course, you know the date you were born, then you'll be able to get like a little chart that would tell you that at least. And,
Yeah, I
but, you
think
know, if you
Astro,
want a really good reading, it's helpful to have a reader, an
right.
astrologer do it. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I think you could go to Astro Cafe and you put in all your birth
Uh-huh.
information, right? And it gives
Yeah.
you a pretty detailed reading on the main points, Mars
The
in
basics.
Leo,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, you know. But that's a really
Yeah.
cool thing to know, to see, so you
Yeah.
can know yourself. You'll see yourself in your chart. I mean, to me, my readings are more like a soul reading than,
Right.
you know, going, oh, this is square and that, and I really don't talk like that when I'm doing the readings. I mean, we
When
have
you're
to
trying to
talk
do the
about,
reading.
yeah,
Yeah.
where the
So
sign
yes,
is.
and what I have found was Val Kay and I did with Michelle. We did a astrocartography one night, and
Mm-hmm.
you can do that too on this. It won't give you exactly everything, but it will tell you where it's good for you to travel or where you might be able to live, where you would absolutely be in the best possible place. There's always something that's not going to go for you if you're in some
Right.
places. For
That,
me, it was Tucson was not a good place because my Saturn was on
yeah.
the line there. Yeah.
But you need to know the basics. You need to know what the planets
Yeah.
mean to understand if Saturn on Tucson good, or should I go with Uranus on,
Yeah.
you know, wherever. And that's
Right.
astro.com. You can do that. I pull those charts every once in a
Mhm.
while for people, but I'm not an
Yep.
expert, but it gives you a detailed paragraph of
It does.
what that
Yeah.
means for that, you know. So, but if we
Yeah.
follow the North Node on that, now that's interesting, you know.
Sure. Yeah. And then, you know, that would give you what your North and South Node are. Your South Node is what you did accomplished in your past life. Is that right, Val?
It's the things you're a master in. It's what you,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
from past
Okay.
lives. But
Yeah.
I use it also, well, I think not just me, but it's also a place where we're refining, and by refining, we're releasing some of the things like the
Uh-huh.
hangups we had from the past lives. And of course, that stuff will always come in, and we'll have to look at it again, and we'll notice there's
Mm-hmm.
a pattern over years. And once you notice that, you know, that's something that you got to go in and
Yeah.
change or work on, you know, upgrade. I'm not, you know, nobody's
Mm-hmm.
wrong or right. I'm just saying, if it's
Right.
uncomfortable for you, how can you become comfortable, you know?
Right. Right.
So
It's just another tool for the toolbox,
there
honestly.
really is.
And I'll never forget the first time I had a more detailed reading. I was about 30 years old, and I went to this lady. She had worked on my chart, and she did a karmic astrology on me.
Mm,
And I was gobsmacked by what she knew. Oh my
yeah.
God. She knew about my father going into the TB hospital. She knew about him, you know, when I was 3 years old. She knew that my second husband helped clear a karmic debt. She also is the one that told me I would be very popular, and people would come to my house when I was in later life, like past 60. Yes, past 60. And, you know, I take that to be here, you know, because people come into my house in a sort of a way. Yeah. But
Mm.
anyway.
Oh, Randy,
Yeah.
that's the point of the castor oil, though, because you want that to seep in. But you can definitely mix it with another oil. I like it straight on my body, but
Yeah. Did you put it on your my problem is I wanna put it on my face when I go to bed, but I'm afraid everything's gonna get all greasy. Does it get really greasy when you're sleeping?
no, because it eventually kind of sinks in. But I don't move a lot.
Okay.
Like once I lay down and I'm on
Okay.
my back, it. I don't really notice it because I use that a lot. Like when I pulled my side, you know, that muscle, not the sciatica, the one that's right back there. I pulled it the
Yeah.
other day, and I just
Yeah.
kept rubbing castor oil on it. So,
Mm.
and
Oh,
that's what I
wow.
do for
Well,
it.
uh-huh.
But we're all
Wow.
different. Yeah, you could do it. Definitely
Yeah.
dilute it
Yeah,
if you
it's very
like.
true. Yeah. 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 Um, so
I start.
let's maybe do a reading for the collective. And
Sure.
let's do a couple of readings for the collective. Let's like, what do we need to know um uh as a spiritual community in order to
Okay.
help each other? That could be one of them. And then we
Okay.
could do, what do we need to know about um no, I don't know. I'll let you figure it out. But unless somebody else can come up with a community question, because I think that would be really helpful. And yeah.
Anyone
So
have a question?
let's
Community question.
yeah,
Yeah.
put it on. Yeah. So what do we need to know as a community collective in order to get us through the last 3 months of the year?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Where we on? Oh, yes. Yes, and they're going to try
Yes.
to
The last
distract
quarter.
you with,
Yeah.
Christmas and all that. I'm not saying don't celebrate Christmas, but
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
changing. We're
Amanda,
changing
we'll
that.
do that next. I love that. Amanda,
I love what.
we'll do that one.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
great.
Well,
Yeah.
here's what I
Yeah.
got. You all are
Let's see.
wise leaders.
Oh, yeah.
You're a beacon for others, is what it says. And this is just one of the parts of the narrow pathway. We're at the
Oh,
narrowest part of
we're at the
it.
narrow pathway.
Yeah, and it says
Yeah.
tread thoughtfully. I love that. Oh my gosh. And let's see what else we got. Let me go on this side.
Wow.
You're gonna love this, Lori Hunsinger. Rainbow blessings. Once you
Oh,
get
there you
through,
go.
you see how you get through the path, and then there's this.
Yep.
Is a
There's the
vista.
rainbow.
Yeah,
Wow.
blessings are
Yeah.
showering your life. And that they're reminding me again to please focus in on yourself. I don't think most of us focus in on the external world, the strangeness out there, you know.
The weirdness.
Yeah, the weirdos. So try not to try to limit
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
intake of that.
Limit that. Yeah.
And look at that,
Yeah.
fellow travelers, fellow
Oh, yeah. That's
travelers.
what we all are. Well, I've got the greatest cards here. I have that we have the potential to break the cycle
Ah,
and
I love
create the
it.
change
Yeah,
and create change. And it all has to it starts in the mind. It's
yes,
we have to change what we believe and what, so instead of I'll believe it when I see it, we'll see it when we believe it.
yes.
Tread lightly, thoughtfully. Absolutely.
Thoughtfully,
Yeah.
thoughtfully.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's all about
Yeah.
how we talk to ourselves, right?
How we talk to ourselves. That's absolutely right. Oh. So yeah,
I mean,
and you know what? If you're having a hard time with it, then talk to somebody that can help you get out of that funk. Yep, we got the
yeah,
power.
I was just
Uh-huh.
gonna say that
Um,
that is the truth. Talk to somebody. That's why
that
we all
is,
hang out together and we're in the chats together. All
when
what
you
you
get
have.
frustrated, it says, restart from the beginning and scrap anything you've already tried. The answer to moving forward or beyond will only be found in exploring new ideas. So
That's so
if
true.
the
Oh my
way
God.
isn't working, stop battering yourself against the door and make yourself small and climb underneath, you know? Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
That's the truth.
Ah, yeah.
Mm,
Yes, the shysters are everywhere, but not in our group.
oh,
That's for sure.
yes,
That's for
thank
sure.
goodness. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I got a
I love
couple
this one,
cool.
Amanda. All right.
Let's see. I got a couple cool portal ones. I got
Okay.
inner earth. It says base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations, right? But what I'm
Oh,
hearing is it's the base chakra, like your soul,
mhm.
earth star chakra, your red, your solar. My goodness, base chakra and the sacral chakra. That's the ones that get thrown off when our nervous system isn't, if we're not attending to it, because we're the only ones that can
Yep.
ground ourselves and really soothe ourselves and those types of things. So put a lot of focus on that, because that's what they're going to try to really jolt in us these next few months. Then I got Gaia Gateway activation, learning
Ooh.
experiences, wisdom transmissions, and earth intelligence. So to me, that they're showing me that earth is elevating
Beautiful.
as we
Yeah.
ground. But we have to ground. And where'd the other one go? And then Toth light codes, light initiation, great teacher, awakening, divine magic. Believe that everything around you is magic. Energy is magic. This frequencies, the vibrations. That's what we are. We're all magic, and
We are. Yeah. We just forgotten it.
determine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yes.
why did we forget it though, Aley? For 26,000 years, they've done everything they could to disconnect us from our heart and
That's
our
right.
soul. And we're remembering now. And then
Yeah,
I
we
got
So
sorry.
beautiful. Oh yeah. It's all written there.
Yeah. Cosmic records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives. It leads to freedom. That's what we got to remember. Something comes up, say, I see you, I see you, I love you, I release you. And just keep going on to what it is your heart would prefer to do in that moment.
It is.
All right. Sorry, Aley. Yapping away.
No, that's all right. So Amanda, I got some great cards for the loving ourselves more. The first thing I get is we have to descend, and we have to descend into the heart. You know, there's here it looks almost magical, but we have to dig down within ourselves and say to ourselves, why do I believe that I'm unlovable? And why don't I love myself more? Is it the past? Is it the messages that I received? Those aren't those I no longer accept anymore. I'm not selfish. I'm not wrong. I am worthy and I am enough. That's my saying. I am enough. I'm worthy, I'm enough, and I need to love myself more and not stop thinking of it as, oh, you're so selfish, because that isn't what it is. And this will bring us into a future where we have more clarity and more beauty. I just love this because the future is waiting for us. They've been waiting for us for a long, long time.
Yes.
And trust that all, look at her, she's floating in the air. And the guy's got a stick and he's going to try to help her. Trust that you will achieve the full loving of yourself in order for you to transcend any limitations that you currently believe that you have. So.
That is beautiful, Aley. Oh my God. What I heard when you were showing the trust card is it feels like a trust fall, right? Because we're being attacked in our safety and security. And we got, how are we going to go through that? And when they go through this, because they're probably going to do a lot of things about financial stuff but just know, Spirit is here. We're going into a new way of being. There's people in every aspect of our existence that are awake and aware and are creating something that is a better, a viable solution. They're not even better. I mean, it's just common sense. Right? Like we lost common sense and they think we're stupid. Right? So we're not. And but don't let, it's hard not to let them disrupt your peace. But when they do, well, we all know to come here and hang out with each other, right? When they come and try to disrupt our peace. But that trust fall is important. It's so important.
Yeah, it really is.
My channel, I was guided to do my channel. They wanted me to talk about how to individually love and accept ourselves, right? And you see, I say accept because I don't say forgiveness. It's I still am on the fence about forgiveness. I can accept things, but I'm not sure I can forgive everything, and that's okay, right? I don't think we're
Right.
meant to,
Right.
but to
Yep.
love ourselves,
Yep.
to honor who we are, to like really put our hand on our heart. And when's the last time we all said, "I love you, Valerie. I love you, Randy. I love
Yeah.
you, Amanda"? When's the
Mhm.
last time we said that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And how does
Or I
that
am enough.
feel?
I have to carry it. I carry it on my necklace because I always want to remind myself that I am enough. And you can't get honey or milk out of a stone or a rock. You know,
No,
you have to
no.
you have to start with you, because how can you also help other people if you can't? Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a perfect point. Yes. And when I say
Mhm.
love, I'm not talking about, Valentine's Day hearts. I'm talking about
Oh, right.
unconditional love, truth.
Yeah.
Like, what does that
Yeah.
mean to you?
Yeah.
Unconditionally loving yourself. That means this
Mhm.
is what it eventually came to mean for me. In every moment, because that's the only time we're alive, is right now in this moment.
That's
If
all.
I'm going
Yep.
into the past, I'm depressing myself. If I'm going into the future, I'm causing anxiety for myself. So I try
Right.
to always keep myself right here. What do I need? I want a cookie. Well, first thing my head will say, but cookies that's too many calories. And my heart said, I want a cookie. That's okay. I won't eat all of the cookies.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But I do that with
I'll be kind and
whatever.
I'll believe you.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
All day long. I
Uh,
just do stuff like that.
yeah.
I'll burn sage. I'll, hold
Uh-huh.
my crystals. I just, whatever it is that in that moment seems, and this is also an important point. By being in those now moments all the time, you notice because everything around you is
Yeah.
speaking to you, spirit
Yeah.
speaking to you,
It
but
does.
through
It does.
everyone and everything. And I've had some crazy messages come in, and if I wasn't paying attention, I would have missed it. And it's not easy to do. I don't all the time. I'm pretty flighty,
Yeah.
actually, but I try to stay in in my head and
You
stay.
don't have to be
um
knocked over the head 40 times. 1 or 2 times should be enough. Yeah, that's right.
it's funny.
Um, so
It's funny.
Louise, your question, I first of all, I'm sorry that you have had trauma. And everybody
Oh,
has a different reaction to trauma, and everybody has it. Yeah. I mean, I think we've all had it, but there are some traumas that are way more problematic than others. And so we
yeah,
are not psychiatrists, psychologists, and you probably already know that anyway. But it is very difficult to let go of trauma. But in order for yourself to move forward, you need to do that. So sometimes you got to step back into the pain and try to work with what it is that the lesson was. But Valerie's absolutely right. And if you think of a timeline, we
mhm,
invented time. So we
yeah,
could say, "Oh, Val, I'll see you at 6 or at 7, or I have to go to bed by 9." But really, time is linear. It's not a straight line. So we live in this sort of unlinear timeline where we are living past, present, and future all in one. But the only time that matters is the moment. And
right.
so I could recommend perhaps to read a little bit of Eckhart Tolle. He was very,
Mhm,
very good with that. Um, and
mhm.
but it's I don't want to be trite, because
Yeah,
people's trauma is really
very
is obviously very, very traumatic. And plus we've been
real.
living in collective trauma. So that isn't helpful.
Mhm,
Yeah.
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 And that's been, by design. So
True.
when we come into this awareness and this awakening of ourselves, and we're
Mhm.
asking ourselves, why are you afraid to feel? Do you even love yourself? All these questions that you never thought of before, and it brings you back to this
Mhm.
God awful moment in your past as a child. I understand, and I'm not sitting here saying anybody's trauma is worse or less than someone else's.
Right, right,
Thing is, you have
right.
to go in there and look at it and tell that little girl or that little boy, someone start
Mhm.
crying. I got you. I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. It's your
And
inner child or our inner, our inner self that we've, and I think the saddest part is that we've all gone through collective trauma between the pandemic and other things that have happened. And so, and the endless wars that we've had to fight
yeah.
through and things like that. But there are other people that have had, sexual
I
trauma
can't.
or incestual trauma, or there's all kinds. Yeah. But yeah, living in the present moment is what Randy says. And Randy went through a situation where she had to really pull up her bootstraps. And it's her story to tell, not mine. But she had to reprogram herself. So she hung a post on her mirror to remind herself to say, I love you, and look yourself right in the eye and say it. I love that sharing, Randy. Thank you, my dear. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
It's so important. And when you are doing what Randy's suggesting, you start with that inner child. Start with that little child, because that little child just felt abandoned from way back. And most of these things come in and we repeat it from a previous lifetime. It doesn't, so yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
We see this one person or this one scenario that caused all this, but this isn't the first time in first person in most cases. There's all different kinds of traumas, right? So it is about, and where's your inner child live? In your heart. I know I couldn't feel my heart. I didn't even know I couldn't feel my heart until it blew open. And I thought I was literally having a heart attack, and I was looking forward to this because I was so done and over all of this crap, right?
Yeah.
And I'm laying there, like, what's taking so long? And my heart was just pouring energy out of it, and it just did that for like 2 years. I was like, this is unreal.
Yeah.
Thinking I'm good,
Yep.
but that's spirit. Spirit's like, you have things to do.
Spirit
And
wants to work with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Spirit does.
Everyone here has things. We're all important and valuable. And look, I got freedom as the last part. So know that that's where we're going, into the age of Aquarius. But we give ourselves freedom here right now. We don't need the planets to tell us that, right? Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. I don't know if you can see it.
Beautiful. And that's what that would be. Moving through trauma is claiming your independence. You're
Yeah.
not stuck in the trauma that's been holding you. And
Right.
Wow.
It's not easy.
I love what Lori said. She said, I asked the question of, what am I telling myself that I don't remember? Yesterday I heard, what difference does it make anyway? I started to believing that when I was 12. So grateful to know. There you go, sweetheart. That's beautiful. You're welcome, Louise. Much love to you, my dear.
Oh my goodness. We've told ourselves, and as children, I've told myself, if you just think of the worst thing, nothing can disappoint you. And that's how I lived my life until I was 50. Yeah. I mean, really, I had to undo all of that crap, right? And it wasn't easy. It's many dark nights of the soul, many facing your stuff. But we have been training for this entire lifetime, for this time period. It's this time period.
Yeah. It reminds me of Whitney Houston, One Moment in Time, right? Remember that song?
Yeah.
One Moment in Time. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And my last card was miracles.
Oh.
You're a miracle. Everybody here's miracle. We're a miracle. Let's see what it says.
It's beautiful.
Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender to the how. And that's one last thing. I know I won't shut up here. I'm sorry. But when you feel like I don't see anything, like nothing, that you got yourself blocked in this one mindset. You ask yourself, what else is there? Spirit, show me my next best step.
Tell me what else I need to do. Yeah.
You can see those doors. They tell me they're perception doors. And if you just think, let me see something different out of this box I have myself in, and it starts to open. It's really cool. Really is cool.
So Anya, I'm sorry you developed shingles.
Oh,
And yes, Louise Hay is absolutely right. Waiting for the shoe to drop. But you have an affirmation. I pulled a card for you on the shadow, what the shadow meaning is. It says, in your effort to be hypervigilant, the most important thing of all slips straight past you, whilst you were distracted by other less significant things. So they want you to remember not to be distracted. And that's not easy, because I think we all can slip into that. So yes, you keep that
absolutely.
beautiful. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Yep.
Anya, I got
Wow.
shingles. I think it was the second time I was getting shingles. It was like 2016. And the first time it was all on the front of my chest, down the sides, all the way going to the back. And I said, oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this again. And this is where I was starting out with castor oil, and I just slathered it all on there, and it literally never came fully out. But I knew that feeling. There's nothing that can disguise that burning, painful sensation.
They say to use some preparation H on it, actually.
I'm a
walking around with
I don't care.
Well,
I don't care.
thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for being here with Val and I. We were on every other Friday night. The other Friday nights I'm on with the other Val and Marina, but we always love being together and hanging out with you. And Valerie, thank you for your wisdom and your kindness, and for being such a great gal. We love you. So.
Oh, thank you. I love everybody here. Thank you for sharing your energy tonight. And I hope everybody.
Yeah.
I wish you your biggest dream.
Absolutely. Really, make it happen. Make it happen. And do it while you're loving yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, Aley.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Self-love.
Thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Yes.